On a construction site, mandatory attire for a technician includes a hard hat, safety goggles, ear protection, protective gloves, a safety vest, and safety boots. The MINI-MACADEN 1000 is shipped in a transport container. It is made so that everything you need can be stored in it. In the front, there's a storage locker where you'll find 2 heating belts, 1 propane tank cover, 2 50-feet-long hoses, 1 pressure regulator, a toolkit, and a pressure roll. Once your equipment is prepared, begin by setting up your propane tank. First, place the 2 heating belts at the base of the tank. Then, put the cover over the tank. Be sure you clear both of the heating belt wires. In order to ensure easy movement for the propane tank, place it on the hand truck. Be sure to attach the tank to it to avoid incidents. The heating belts are powered by a generator. Plug the 2 heating belts into it. Screw the pressure regulator onto the tank. Make sure you've tightened it properly using an open end wrench. Then connect the hose to the regulator. And make sure it is properly tightened, this time using 2 open end wrenches. In the back of the container, take a moment to read the safety advice regarding the transportation of the MINI-MACADEN as well as its operation. For example, it is very important to lock the anchor support before moving the MINI-MACADEN. To take it out of the container, unlock the anchor support. Afterwards, turn the circuit breaker to on position. Then touch the screen and set the clutch to the V1 position to help you in the slope. Then take the MINI-MACADEN out of its container backwards by lifting it like this. Take your time. Turn the clutch button back to off for the final manipulation. Turn the circuit breaker back to off. In order to go through the checklist, place the mandrel roller support under the MINI-MACADEN's front to lift it up. It is important to do this every time the MINI-MACADEN is stationary. Then, connect to the other end of the hose to the MINI-MACADEN. Take the hose support out of its slot and place the hose like this. Then open the tank's valve and make sure the regulator's pressure reading is between 15 and 17 psi. Afterwards, you need to purge the air out of the hose. Therefore, keep the gas intake valve off on the MINI-MACADEN's end. Loosen the nut using 2 open-end wrenches to let the air out, then tighten again. Turn the choke valve lever to the close position. Then place the gas lever at half level. Start the engine. Turn the choke valve lever to open and the gas lever to fast. Turn the circuit breaker to the on position. There is a 30-second delay for the touch screen to turn on. After those 30 seconds, touch the blinking button on the screen. Make sure the on-screen voltmeter shows a valve around 14 volts. Make sure the yellow and red buttons are not pressed. Then, we check the clutch. Turn the green clutch button to the off position, which is the clutch's neutral position, and check the machine moves freely. Turn the button to the VO position, which is the clutch's engaged position, and check that the machine cannot move freely. Then turn the button to the V1 position, which is the clutch's forward drive position, and check that the machine moves forward. Once this test is completed, turn the button back to the VO position. On the last test to check the machine's fast moving, put the clutch to the VO position and make sure the machine cannot move freely. Then press the black fast moving button twice. The first press will activate fast movement, and the second press will stop fast movement. The following test checks the burner's proper operation. Turn on the gas valve. Then turn the red burner switch to on. Check that the burner has turned on. Keep the burner turned on for 3 seconds at most, then turn it back to off. Turn off the gas valve. Before testing them, you must set up these sensors. Slide the detectors into position like this. Before proceeding, it is important to make sure that the gas valve is still off. Turn the clutch button to the VO position. Then turn the speed down to 4 using the joystick on the machine's right side. The 4 value is the machine's stopped speed. Then turn the burner switch to on and the clutch button to V1. Start by testing one of the detectors, for example, the left one. Turn the black detector button to the L position for left. Using a membrane sample, move it to the left and then to the right to observe the wheels turning with the movement. Do the same for the right detector by turning the black detector switch to R for right. Once this test is concluded, turn off the burner and turn the clutch switch back to V0 position. Let the engine work at full capacity in order to achieve a temperature of around 40 degrees Celsius at the exhaust. Check the temperature like this, no further. Then turn off the gas valve on the machine. Turn off the gas valve on the propane tank. Purge the hose by letting the engine run until it stops completely. At this point, turn the ignition and the circuit breaker to off. Afterwards, uncurl the hose from its support. Unscrew the hose from the machine. Unplug the heating belts from the generator. Unscrew the hose and the regulator from the tank. Finally, remove the cover and the heating belts. You are now ready to store the MINI-MACADEN in its transport container. Do not forget to lock the anchor support before moving the MINI-MACADEN container.